Welcome to week 3, Pick'em Pandemoniums, a Brash Plus exclusive. Brash Plus, the hottest content at the highest prices. I'm Josh. I'm joined here with Brandon, and we are going to run through our week 3 picks. Brandon, what's going on, buddy?
Well, we missed week 2. We got things kicked off on the right note, getting week 1 in the books. But week 2, it's probably for the best on my part that we didn't do it because I am off to a rocky start, my friend. My overall right now is sitting at a nice 18-15. That's probably the worst I've done after the first 2 weeks ever.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm sitting in pretty okay at 20-13. Of course, I had a great week 2 because we didn't record. So everyone make sure that you fade this week because week 1 was awful. Week 2 didn't record, did great. Now we're recording again. You know it's going to go downhill.
Well, I'm looking for a bounce back. Even though I got some, you got to throw some upsets in there. You gotta. Some big shockers, if you will.
Every week, there's shockers.
Oh, speaking of which, here we are recording, and Josh, I don't have the clip. The clip is not in here.
No.
I know. Oh, well. We'll just, maybe I'll save. We'll add it in. How about that?
Okay.
I can do that. And maybe that'll be better, too, because for those that weren't paying attention, our week 1 picks, first of all, we had a lot of issues with copyright infringement.
As we're known to do.
As we are known to do, we are brash, and that means sometimes we do things that are frowned upon. We were using clips from WWE and the match between The Undertaker and Mankind, where Mankind was tossed off of the Hell in the Cell, and I used it quite a lot. And it turns out they didn't like that, and therefore it led to a long delay of that episode being published on YouTube. So
we got a scathing email from Triple H's lawyers.
Yep.
They were not happy.
Yeah. And it's all about the game and how you play it. Yes. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to kick things off, Josh, and this is just the way the order goes today. We're actually kicking things off with my boys hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Skins currently favored by 2.5. The over-under in this one, 43.5. Jaden Daniels, he is out with a knee injury, so Marcus Mariota gets the start against his former team, and this will be his second start with the Redskins. The Raiders, they're on a short week after losing to the Chargers on Monday Night Football 20-9. Geno coming off that 3-interception performance. So I could understand if Raiders fans are a little worried, just in general, not necessarily about this week, just, moving forward with Geno. But I think, overall that they should bounce back, later in the year, but it's not going to start in week 3. I'm sorry. I'm going with my boys. So far, I'm 2-0 with my Redskins picks. I did pick the Packers last week on Thursday Night Football. I knew that was a tough ask, a tough out. And the Packers are just that damn good.
They're
so
good.
But this week, even with Marcus Mariota, I think he's smart enough to know how to run this offense properly. And he also, I think, is going to make a point to get Team Money, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, the ball. This will be Terry's first big game of the season, in my opinion. So I'm going with my boys. I'm gonna go out on a limb, make a score prediction of 27-17 Redskins at home.
Okay, now before I go into my pick, I just want to check, has the nickname T-Money taken off? I know you've been saying that for a while. I haven't seen a single other.
Dude.
Okay.
None of my nicknames ever take off. I like T-Money, and it's even more fitting this year because he finally got his contract. So
that's true.
Maybe it'll take off this year.
This is the year it finally takes off. There's a few factors at play here. One, the Raiders looked bad Monday night. They did not look good. And I think the Chargers are good, but even against a good football team, an average or above average football team should at least look like they have their shit together. The Raiders did not look like they have their shit together. Ashton Genty, I drafted him in my fantasy league, and he's been awful so far. They need to feed that man and get some open lanes for him to run through because he is a hard runner. That dude does not fuck around. So you have a short week. coming off a really bad performance. You got to go West Coast to East Coast 1 o'clock slot. That's never an easy task. So I think the Commanders win, even with the backup. In fact, sometimes the first week of the backup quarterback, you get a little magic. It's a little early in the season for it to really feel like that could be a factor. But I mean, Mariota's been in the league forever. He knows his shit. He's a quality backup. I think the Redskins pull it off pretty easily.
Do you think it'll be? You said easily. So you agree with me? A 10-point victory isn't insane.
Not insane. I think dude, we're seeing more and more parity in the NFL, and I 10 points is becoming like a blowout because these games just seem to get closer and closer. Yeah. But yeah, I think by a touchdown. Like if it's, I don't know what the line is. I think 6 was the last time I saw what the line is. But
well, no, that's what I was saying earlier. The line.
Oh, did you?
The line's only 2.5.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a play. I'm absolutely hammering them.
Vegas has no confidence in Marcus Mariota. None at all.
I don't know why that is. Didn't he win when he started the game last year? Didn't he win?
He started against the Panthers last season. We won comfortably, and then he filled in week 18 against the Cowboys, and he threw the game-winning touchdown to Team Money, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. That's a big play. I'm gonna put some money on that for sure.
Yeah, it's a strange one. That is a tight one. I mean, I guess Pete Carroll's he loves coming to FedEx Field. I don't know what his overall record is. I do know his record against Washington in general is 4-3, but I believe he's won his last 2 games he's coached against the Redskins at FedEx Field, now referred to as Northwest Stadium. But it doesn't roll off the tongue. Let's move right along. This should be a close one, Josh. This is probably your game of the week. The Green Bay Packers headed to Cleveland, take on the Browns. Packers currently favored by 7.5. Over under 41.5. 2 weeks in, the Packers look like the class of the NFC with their relentless defense, allowing the 3rd least yards and 4th least points per game. The Browns, their defense has allowed fewer yards than any other team in the NFL just thus far, but they're still sitting at 0-2 because they are the Browns, and they don't really have a whole lot of offense to talk about, even though Flacco hasn't been terrible, but they just can't seem to get enough going to be competitive in any of their games. So, I mean, this one, there's not really, in my opinion, a whole lot of reason to spend too much time on it. I got the Packers in an easy victory. Again, the Packers are just head over heels above where the Browns are right now. So Packers should get this win easy.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. We do not need to spend much time on this. Packers win easily. I think they win. They cover. Browns might keep it interesting in like the first half just because they're a hungry dog, and I love betting on hungry dogs. So maybe in the first half it's not a blowout, but by the end of the game it will be a blowout.
Yeah, but again, just devil's advocate, their defense is allowing the fewest yards, but that might just simply be because teams don't have to spend that much time on the field to score any points against them, or they're just getting short yardage because they're forcing so many turnovers against their offense. But
yeah, who have they played? They played the Bengals. Who else have they played? Like
the Ravens. They lost to the Ravens last week.
Oh damn! So they played the Bengals and Ravens in there. Well, it's not. So that's a pretty good stat. I mean, Myles Garrett is unbelievable. Like Micah Parsons gets all of the headlines, but people sleep on Myles Garrett. And that dude is a fucking monster.
I'm not sleeping on Myles Garrett.
No.
Who is sleeping on Myles Garrett? Find me them. Dude. Bring them to me.
Yeah. Supermodels, probably, if I had to guess. That's who's.
Supermodels, actresses.
Yeah.
Just, performers in general, all sleeping on Myles
WNBA
Garrett.
Point guards.
Oh, God. All right, let's move right along. Indianapolis Colts, they're headed to Tennessee to take on the Titans. in this divisional matchup. Colts currently favored by 4.5, over under 43.5. The Colts and their high-powered offense, that's right, number one currently in the league, are becoming the darling of the season, starting at 2-0 with the newly acquired quarterback. You might have heard of him. His name's Daniel Jones, leading the way. Tennessee's offense currently looks to be the absolute worst in the league, and their defense isn't much better, allowing almost nearly 27 points per game. So, I mean, are you going to throw a big stunner out here, Josh? Do we got you being bold and taking the Titans, getting their first win of the season against the Colts?
Well, first, let me say that week 1, I made an amazing prediction that Daniel Jones is going to shock the league and be fucking awesome, because that's what Giants players do when they leave. He is exceeding that by so much. If he keeps up at this pace, like, he'll get MVP votes. Can you imagine Daniel Jones getting MVP votes? Not saying he'll win, but just to be in the conversation, that's fucking bananas.
I can't name a receiver for the Colts.
Pittman, Pierce.
Is Pittman still? I was gonna say Pittman,
still there.
I assumed he moved on already, because that was like 3 years ago. I thought Pittman was a thing.
And Penn State pumped out a tight end named Tyler Warren. Okay. He's the next Brock Bowers. I said it before the season. I don't think we were recording. We were still on our 1.5-year vacation. Mm-hmm. But Tyler Warren, I loved coming out of the draft. I watched him a lot, just watching Penn State. And he's, so far, I think is like the number one tight end in a lot of stats. So they've got some playmakers. I like their defense a lot. Before I made picks like Thursday night, and I just went gut picks, which I always do. Normally I change them like Friday, Saturday, take a look, see the stats, maybe get some outside influence from some people that I trust in the sports media world. I didn't change anything, and a lot of these are a surprise to me. I have the Tennessee Titans winning, and I'm not changing it.
Wow, I'm not
changing. I'm doing my Thursday night gut check, and I'm riding through with it. I probably went that way because, one, there's just no way Daniel Jones keeps up what he's doing. And two, again, I love a hungry dog. I love a hungry dog at home.
Yep.
Cam Ward is a guy that I really, really liked coming out of the draft. He's gonna pop at some point, or at least show flashes of what a number one overall should be. And this seems like one of those games where everyone's looking at Indy. I mean, 90% on ESPN picked the Indianapolis Colts. That seems kind of high, and I don't know. Give me the Titans. I'm not super confident, but
I respect you going with the Titans. I respect you going with the Titans. I mean, if this had been a week 1 matchup, I probably would have gone with the Titans, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Because I wasn't that high on the Colts, and I'm really not that high on the Colts right now. I just think so far, after only 2 weeks to go by, that they look, shockingly good. But we all know that you can't read into the first 2 weeks too much. And, perhaps, the Colts come back down to earth, and Ward gets Cam Ward gets his first victory, of his career. So against a divisional opponent at home. I wouldn't put it past him, but I am unfortunately one of the 90 overwhelmingly going with the Colts. I'll probably pay for that later on. Let's move right along here to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 2.5 points. The over-under 41.5. The Bengals, they're 2-0, but Joe Burrow, he will be out at least 3 months following a toe surgery. Stinky toe surgery because of his stinky turf toe.
He's at the Manassas Foot Clinic as we speak.
I know, that's the only place you can go to if you want to get this procedure done. Jake Browning, he'll get the start. Jake Browning, who only throws to Jamar Chase. So, if you have Jamar Chase in your fantasy lineup, lock it in. Not like you have to put him on the bench anyway, but if the good things are to come for you. The Vikings offense, they've been non-existent 2 weeks in, and they've also they'll also be polling rather from the bench for QB in terms of, wait for it, Carson Wentz. That's right, because J.J. McCarthy injured again. So Carson Wentz will be getting the start. 2 backup quarterbacks going at it in this one. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to pick. It looks like ESPN pickers are favoring the Vikings, perhaps because of their defense or because of their home field advantage. I don't know. On the other hand, I have confidence in Jake Browning over Carson Wentz, and I think the Bengals get the win and get to 3-0, which is ridiculous considering Burrow is out. So give me the Bengals getting the win in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I think that the Minnesota's offense has looked awful because JJ McCarthy sucks. Like we predicted, we said that guy was not worth the number 5 or 6, whatever he was, overall pick. The Bengals defense sucks. They're really, really bad. The Bengals decided we're going to pay 3 people and nobody else. And they paid a quarterback and 2 wide receivers, and the rest of the team is suffering. I think Kevin O'Connell is kind of where I put my faith in this matchup. I think he's an amazing head coach. And I think Carson Wentz, like, something to prove. I don't know. He was never like a lot of turnovers, but he was never god awful. He just never really popped.
Well, there was a few games for the Redskins. They were god awful. Yeah.
All right.
Oh God, there were some bad ones.
I stand corrected. And I read somewhere he's the first quarterback ever to start a game in 6 consecutive seasons with 6 different teams.
I like that.
That's a crazy stat.
Who is it? Is he Josh Johnson over here?
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. Again, gut check. Home team. Kevin O'Connell, better coach. Bengals have got to come down to earth at some point. I can't picture them 3-0 without Joe Burrow. That doesn't make sense in my mind. So I'm taking the Vikings.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like how we're mixing it.
We are.
Usually we're always on the same page. I know. I like this. It's only week 3, and we're seeing the things a lot differently. Steelers, they're headed to Foxborough to take on the Pats. Steelers are favored by 3.5. Over under 44.5. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers started out hot, but by beating the Jets in week 1 in a shootout. Drake May, for the Patriots, he sits at 10th in yards overall and 10th QBR overall to start the season. But the Pats, they're still 1-1 after playing the lowly Raiders and Dolphins. And this, of course, will be their toughest matchup yet. Man, I want a reason to pick the Pats here. And I know that the Steelers were underwhelming against the Seahawks last week. But I just can't, as hard as I try to find a way where the Patriots outperform the Steelers and get the dub. I just can't do it. And I'm going to be part of the 74% of people picking the Steelers in this one. So I'm going with the OA team and the Steelers.
I love this because I'm on the Patriots. I don't know why. Again, give me that Thursday night gut check.
I love it.
Adjusting for anything. I don't know. It's probably just anytime I look at a matchup and I go, I have no idea where this is going to go. I just kind of lean on the home team. I have very little faith in Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career. I don't love their defense. When you picture the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to picture all of the greats that have played there.
Palomalu,
that Iron Curtain, dude. James Harrison. Those are the guys I picture.
It's Harrison, yep.
I don't see that from them this year. And without a staunch defense and a solid running game, you're a team without an identity in Pittsburgh, and I don't like you. And
Is TJ Watt hurt again? What happened to him?
Probably. And if he's not, he certainly isn't doing anything remarkable enough to get my attention. And boy, am I looking for it. But I don't know. Patriots. I can't justify it, but Patriots.
This is awesome. All right. Oh God. We did run this one too. We easily could. The LA Rams headed to Philly to take on the defending champion Eagles. Eagles favored by 3.5, over under 44.5. The Rams defense, they've yet to allow 20 points in a game, and Matt Stafford coming off an impressive showing against the Titans in Tennessee after everybody was worried about his back injury, which I think was just all smokescreen bullshit now. And although both teams are 2-0, the defending champs in the Philadelphia Eagles, they're favored, and I'm attributing that favoritism to simply home field advantage. I think if this one were played on the other side of the country in LA, I think the Rams would be favored, in all honesty, because I think the Eagles have been overwhelming thus far.
Underwhelming?
The Eagles have been underwhelming.
Yeah, you said overwhelming. I was like, whoa.
No. I thought I said underwhelming. Maybe it's just my stuffiness in my nose. I thought I said underwhelming.
We'll find out soon enough.
And you know what? I'm just realizing in my pick'ems, I picked something different than what I thought I picked, and I'm switching it on the spot.
All right, play the clip.
Play the clip. Let's go for it. All right.
Raymond, this dog has no license and is clearly in violation of the leash law. Call the pound.
I already did, sir. The truck is waiting outside.
Out of my way!
And with that, Brandon's pick is in. I'm going with the LA Rams to win in Philly and get to 3-0. That's right. I switched it on the spot. I thought I honestly had already picked the Rams, but apparently earlier Brandon had picked something else. I thought I picked the Eagles. I don't know. But 85% surprisingly are going with the Eagles. And I'm happy I switched my pick. I need to mix it up a little. So there you go. I'm getting the Rams, getting the winnings.
I'm on the Rams. I'm okay. A little surprised. I thought you'd be on the Eagles as well, but dude, you're right. They've looked underwhelming, and the Rams are just sneaky good. And I don't think their defense gets enough credit. Their defense looks awesome. Their pass rush is awesome, and I think Davante Adams could be a difference maker for them this season, just having another really solid red zone target. I mean, nobody is better at going up, getting the ball, and getting a touchdown when you're down in the red zone than Davante Adams, and I think that's something the Rams were lacking a little bit. So I love them this year, and I hate the fucking Eagles, as everyone knows. So yeah, I'm team Rams.
All right. Well, there you have it. Let's move right along. New York Jets headed to Tampa, take on the Bucks. Bucks favored by 6.5, over under 43.5. Justin Fields, he's been ruled out with concussion. Tyrod Taylor will get the start, and he will be the scapegoat for the Jets' Week 3 loss in Tampa. There's zero chance the Jets win this game. Short and sweet. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, short and sweet. Give me the Bucks.
All right.
That's enough said.
Yeah, I mean, again, that one might come back as pie in the face, but
100%. It is feeling like the Jets are going to
put all your money on the Jets.
They're playing this in the locker room right now before the game.
Yeah,
and they're pissed.
Bulletin board material. Atlanta Falcons, they're headed to Carolina to take on a divisional opponent in the Panthers. The Falcons favored by 5.5, the over-under 44.5. Falcons defense, they've been impressive thus far, only allowing 229 overall yards and 14.5 points per game. The Panthers, on the other hand, 229 yards per game, not overall, and 14.5 points per game. The Panthers, on the other hand, are exactly what everyone expected after 2 weeks, and they're winless. So why the hell would any idiot in their right mind pick the Panthers? Because there's one idiot right here. That's right. 6%. Play the clip.
Raymond, this dog has no license and is clearly in violation of the leash law. Call the pound.
I already did, sir. The truck is waiting outside.
Out of my way!
6% of people on ESPN are picking the Panthers, and I'm one of those dumbasses, 6% people that's picking the Panthers to win at home against the Falcons. I don't know why people are so high on the Falcons this early. And I think that spread is off 5.5. I think that's too much. I don't know. Again, I may eat crow. I'm good at it. It's part of my diet. But I just feel good about the Panthers getting a win here. There aren't going to be that many 0-3 teams going into week 4. There just aren't. So give me the Panthers getting the win against their divisional opponent.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I feel like bet the Panthers plus 5.5. That feels like a safe bet. Divisional game, home team, for all of those reasons. But the Falcons, I think, have proven to me, at least, that they're at least a noteworthy, better than average team. Their defense, those defensive numbers are going to be skewed a little because of that JJ McCarthy fucking disgusting game that he made us watch in prime time. Yeah. But overall, I think they're better. And Michael Penix is showing me something, dude. That guy, I've loved him out of the draft. I've liked him so far this year. He throws such a beautiful ball. Lefty. God, the league has been craving a great lefty quarterback. So I'm picking the Falcons to win, but if I'm betting this game, which I probably won't, I think the Panthers are probably the side with the spread as high as it is. Feels like it's going to be a close game.
You're talking about Michael Penix, dude. I mean, again, I'm nothing against Michael Penix, but Bryce Young has actually been playing better in the first 2 weeks than Michael Penix. Look it up.
They're 0-2. Look at that.
Oh, no, yeah. The overall team sucks a dick. But, again, I think, the Falcons have more weapons. They've just done a better job overall in building a roster. But
Ted McMillan, by the way, that he's the next Puka Nacua. He for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Watch it. Oh yeah, dude. I was early on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ted McMillan is the next guy who's gonna light the league on fire. Everyone's gonna look at him like, who the fuck is this guy? Even though I think he was a pretty high draft pick, I think he's gonna turn some heads by the end of the year.
Okay. All right. Well, again, dude. I mean, I love it. So much contrast in these pick'ems. Let's keep it going. How about the Houston Texans headed to Jacksonville, keeping these divisional matchups going? Jags currently favored by 1.5, over under 43.5. CJ Stroud, he has less yards and touchdowns than Spencer Rattler after 2 weeks. And, again, this is a matchup in Jacksonville against a divisional opponent. And both of these teams, they're desperately in need of an impressive showing. I think this is the toughest one. And, most people are going with the Texans. I guess it's just simply because of the success that they had last year, even though the Texans are 0-2, Jags are 1-1. And probably entering the season, no, what the fuck am I talking about? Entering the season, I was higher on the Texans. I'm going with the Texans to get the win away. And I think CJ Stroud comes back to life, and we see the CJ Stroud that we all know and love against Trevor Lawrence. I think he outperforms Trevor Lawrence, and the Texans get the win. Josh, what do you say?
One of the staples that I use to make picks is you just picture in your head like their record after the week. I know you kind of do the same thing too.
Yeah. What makes more sense?
What makes more sense? 2-1 Jaguars or 0-3 Texans? Like, of course, the 1-2 Texans makes more sense. Than the 2-1 Jaguars.
Okay. All right.
But Thursday night, Josh was feeling those Jaguars, and I'm going with the Jags. I don't know why. I guess it's the home team. I don't know. And the Texans really have not.
Again, I think this is a tough one. It's going to be a tight
really tough one. I just scrolled back up to see if it's the toughest pick in the 1:00 slot, and I think it is. This is a coin flip game. What did you say the spread was?
1.5.
Yeah,
Jags favor.
Yeah, I mean, you might even Texans plus 1.5 might be value just because it feels like a coin flip type of game. But I don't know. Give me the Jags. I'm not changing my picks.
Bold prediction: Farrenbaum for the Texans kicks the game-winning field goal as time expires to get.
What'd you say his name was? Farrenbaum.
His name's Farrenbaum, isn't it?
I think it's like Fairbairn. or something. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
We'll get our ombudsman to.
Yeah.
Ombudsman Anderson to look into it.
That was Fehrenbaum. Whatever.
Whatever. If
I remembered every kicker's name, then there'd be something. Seriously, I'd be Rain
Talk
Man.
about an irrelevant. The only reason I know is because I think I have him in one of my leagues.
Farron Baron or Farron Bear?
Farron Baron.
There's an
N on the end.
Furry Bear gets the game-winning field goal.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. The coin flip game could go either way. I guess Thursday night, Josh. Like the Jaguars. Let's move on. We've talked enough about this stupid game.
That's a horrible one to spend too much time on. The later slate, starting around 4:15. We're gonna kick things off with the Broncos and the Chargers. Here we go again. More divisional matchups. What's going on in week 3? Chargers favored by 2.5. Over under 45.5. Bo Nix, he threw for 3 touchdowns in week 2 against Indy. But a launching penalty gave the Colts a second opportunity at a game-winning field goal, which they took advantage of and got the win. The Chargers, they're looking to start the season 3-0 for the first time since 2002. God, I'm old because I remember that. I don't see him going 3-0. Give me the Broncos getting the win in LA and SoFi, where the Chargers have no home field advantage, and I think the Broncos are a better overall team. And you know, dude, this might be one of those games where people might start questioning: is Bo Nix better than Justin Herbert? I mean, I'm telling you this. I mean, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. What is it? 45.5? Give me the over all day. But yeah, I like the Broncos getting the dub in LA.
We're on opposite sides again, Brandon.
I love it.
Because I think this is another one that's really, really tough to pick. Bo Nix is very good, but I don't think anybody's going to have him above Justin Herbert, even if he destroys Justin Herbert this
week. If he throws for 3 touchdowns and Herbert throws for 2 picks and no touchdowns?
I still think people would rather have Herbert on their team.
Okay.
But dude, this one's really tough. I can't justify it. But I'm looking at the home team in a divisional matchup. I know it's a broken record at this point, but I guess that's where my gut was leaning.
The first time in 23 years they do it?
The Broncos just haven't been all that impressive. They did get screwed last week, so they're probably going to play angry. Fuck, I wish I could change my pick at this point. They're going to be playing pissed off, and I did not take that into account. The
tough loss.
Yeah, dude. I'm sticking with it, though. I have to. That's the Chargers. It's the Chargers.
All right. It's Jenny. Let's go. Right along.
Classic.
It is. New Orleans Saints, they're flying across the country to a little place I like to call Seattle. I guess that's what everybody calls it. They're going to be taking on the Seahawks, who are favored by 7.5. The over-under 41.5. The 0-2 Saints enter Seattle as heavy underdogs, even though Spencer Rattler thus far has been exceeding expectations early in the season. Seahawks, they may be the favorites, but they're certainly vulnerable, having already lost a home game to the Niners in week 1. And with Sam Darnold at the helm, you'd never fucking know, dude. Is that good? Is he going to be awesome? Or is that horse-drawn carriage going to turn back into a pumpkin at any fucking moment? I think the horse-drawn carriage lasts a little bit longer, and the Seattle Seahawks get the win at home. Even though, again, I don't like this. Only 4% of people on ESPN are picking the Saints. I mean, that one is it's concerning. But it's not easy to fly across the country, and I think it's just a tough ask for Rattler. I really do. Even as good as he's been playing, I think it's a tall order. And I think the Saints overall, the management is tanking. I really do. I think they're going for Arch Manning. I think we talked about that before, but yeah, give me the Seahawks getting the dub at home.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother can of worms. Arch Manning's looked terrible. I don't know if he would be much of an upgrade over Spencer Rattler, which is crazy to say.
You're right.
But But yeah, give me the best home field advantage in the league against the worst team in the league. Yeah, I don't think much needs to be said about that.
Dude, I'm starting to think maybe the Titans are the worst team in the league. Maybe, maybe it's not the Saints. I don't know.
Cam Ward is better than Spencer Rattler, though. And anytime you have a quarterback advantage, I'm taking that team.
We'll see. We'll see how we feel after this week. Who knows? Our opinions may have changed. But all right, how about this one? We agree on that one. Oh, God, I hope we're split on this one, too. The Dallas Cowboys headed to Chicago. Take on the Bears. The Cowboys favored by 1.5. Vegas sees this one being real tight. Over under, though, they see a shoot 'em out at 49.5. Dallas coming off of another shootout overtime win against the Giants. Dak Prescott looking like the Dak of old. The Bears, they've yet to win a game with Ben Johnson calling the shots, but the Cowboys defense has more holes than a $5 hooker. What do you think?
Did Cindy write that? Is Cindy right?
No, she didn't approve it, and then I told her I was going to run with it anyway, so we decided to stick with it. But
I like that.
Yeah, I got the Bears getting their first win of the season against the Cowboys, and here's the reason. I think I think the Bears are better than 0-2, and I think Ben Johnson is a damn good offensive-minded head coach. He's going to be able to, oh my God, look at this Dallas defense and pick them to fucking pieces. So that's why I'm going. I think the Chicago fans that are going to this game on Sunday are going to be having the time of their lives. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. It's just going to be a really fun game if you like a lot of, deep throws and just fun offense and creative plays. And the Bears just, they beat them. I think the Bears could win by at least 10 points against the Cowboys.
Wow. I'm on the opposite side. And I think it's mostly an emotional hedge because, God, I'll be so happy if the Cowboys lose. That'll make me so very happy. But yeah, I think the Bears are 0-2 for a reason. I don't think they're very good. I think Caleb Williams is really showing his true colors as an undisciplined, not traditional pocket passer. He holds onto the ball too long. He tries to be the hero. He plays hero ball, and that's not what Ben Johnson's offense is set up to do. No. You want a Jared Goff who's just going to go,
where you do want I the throw? Robot in there.
You want the robot. Where do I throw it? Okay, every time. But I do think Bears back against the wall. They're going to have to give it their all. Put that on a t-shirt. So I think we're going to see the over hit easily. It's probably going to be a shootout, right? Like a 35-32 type game. And so I love the over. I'm taking the Cowboys, but mostly as an emotional hedge because I don't trust those guys. Their defense is a big, stinky $5 whore. So
it should make you feel better that 80% of people picking on ESPN are going with the Cowboys. So
but they know the only people who watch ESPN are Cowboys fans. So that makes sense. Actually, I'm actually surprised it's not more.
God, I really hope I get to see it. It's 4:25 kickoff Eastern time. Really hope I get to see that one, dude.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Well, because, I can't pick and choose what games they're going to be showing, and sometimes they show a late game on Fox and sometimes they don't, they'll show some game show. You're like, what the fuck? There's a game on. Why don't you show that? And they're like, you have to pay $1 million for your Sunday ticket or get a private jet and go fly over there and watch it yourself.
You're going to download Hulu.
Yeah. Oh, does Hulu, they're the ones that have the rights right now to the ticket or...
No, I just made that up. I tried to think of the funniest sounding streaming service.
All right. God, so many different picks. Loving it. All right, let's move right along. Oh, here we go. Arizona Cardinals. They are headed to St. Clara to take on the Niners. Niners favored by 2.5, over under 44.5. The NFC West matchup. includes two teams that have yet to smell the filthy, disgusting, stinky stench of defeat. Mac Jones, he will likely be filling in for injured Brock Purdy. Actually, I heard earlier today it's 100% that he'll be filling in once again after his 3-touchdown showcase in New Orleans. This should be a close one and a good one. Dude, this was one where I made my picks earlier, and then I looked, and I almost changed it, but I stuck to my guns. This one I stuck to my guns. I'm going with the Cardinals. And you know what? I love to give some sort of logic behind it. There isn't. There just really isn't. I just think the Cardinals will come out on top in this one. And again, I could see the 49ers winning a disappointing home game and becoming 2-1, and I could see the Cardinals being 3-0. Back in my head, the back of my head had the Cardinals being a surprise team entering this season. So I really like this. I think the Cardinals starting off 3-0 just makes sense. So give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, give me anybody against Mac Jones is really my logic here.
He was really good last week, dude.
Yeah, but that's Shanahan, dude. Talk about turning back into a pumpkin. Mac Jones,
Okay.
That clock is ticking, dude. I'm on the Cardinals.
Okay.
I think
I was hoping you go with the Niners.
with both of us on the Cardinals, though, we bet on the 49ers.
Oh!
At home. Oh,
100%.
that is a stone cold lock
Life-saving.
of the century. Yeah, life century, life
Century too. Yeah.
life savings play on the 49ers this week, because there's no real reason to like the Cardinals here other than I think Mac Jones is going to turn back into a pumpkin. But yeah, I'm sticking with the Cardinals. Thursday Night Josh, he was on some wild shit.
I was really hoping you go in the opposite direction. Maybe
It
you're
is
on
weird
this
that
one.
that's the game. Like, we're picking opposites on every other game, and that's the one.
I know.
Or we're both
that's-
on the Cardinals.
But again, sometimes you just have that feeling, the inkling is what they call it. The Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, well, first of all, this is the one where we're going to be waiting all day for. And it's a good one. I think this is going to be a good one to be waiting all day for, especially for Giants fans who, again, let's just say Chiefs going to MetLife to take on the Giants. Chiefs favored by 6.5, over under 45.5. The Chiefs, they haven't started 0-3 since 2011, and the Giants, they won't make life easy for them following that devastating overtime loss to Dallas. Russell Wilson, he came back to life in week 2 and is currently number 2 overall in passing yards. Pat Mahomes, on the other hand, he sits at 16th in passing yards, only above Sam Darnold. So, the Chiefs have been underwhelming. Giants, man, they've been scrappers. They've been in both games, and they've had opportunities, and just things haven't worked out for them. This is one, talk about going back and forth on, and 91% of people, surprise, are going with the defending AFC champions. And, of course, team that we all kind of suspected would have a dynasty, but they've taken a step back, and they're not as threatening and as intimidating as they once were. And being in MetLife, dude, I could totally see the Giants getting the win and just giving their fans just like a great, awesome victory, and a reason to celebrate. But I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs because I took the coward's way out. And here's, and you're not going to like this, but I think that it's going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the wire, and it's either going to be a stupid, penalty, either on the fault of the Giants, or a stupid penalty because the refs want it that way, and they don't want the Chiefs to go to 0-3. So I do see a big, mark my words, a big penalty at the end of the game, resulting in the Chiefs getting a game-winning field goal or a second opportunity at a touchdown or something silly like that. Chiefs get the win.
I was gonna make the same point. At some point, there will be a pass interference or a offense or a defensive holding or something when Mahomes is driving down, because I think the Giants will hang tough. This is not going to be a blowout. I love the Giants plus 6.5. I think it's going to be back and forth all game, and probably a lower scoring game, although I don't love that line. But the Giants are going to hang tough. Mahomes is going to have the ball at the end of the game, and there is a 0% chance that the Chiefs are going to go 0-3. So I picked the Chiefs as well for the ultimate.
I'm going to go 1-3 so bad, dude.
Me too.
I will never have been rooting hard for the Giants since the 18-0 Patriots. Or was it 18-0, 17-0, whatever?
No, America wants the Giants here.
Yeah.
Everyone outside of Kansas City and outside of Taylor Swift fans are pulling for the Giants. We've got the nation on our back. We are just going to let them down because it's what we do. And but that's my prediction is it's like the Giants are probably up a field goal and the Chiefs are going to have the ball with 1.5 minutes, and Mahomes is going to drive down, and they're going to be sniffing field goal range. They're going to punch through, get a touchdown, and then it'll just be over. That's my prediction.
Isn't Russell Wilson married to a pop star also, or no?
Yeah, Sierra. She's pretty fucking hot.
Sierra, okay.
Yeah.
Are there two Sierras? Is there one white one and one black one? I thought there was a white Sierra.
White Sierra. Ooh, I don't know, but she sounds hot, dude.
No, who's this dumb fucking bitch with the hair that covers her face like this? You know?
Oh, that's Sia.
Sia, okay, all right.
She swings from chandeliers and stuff.
I don't know about all that. I just know she's stupid. But I just yeah. All right, Sierra and Sia. I'm getting them mixed up. Fair enough. All right. Well, maybe she'll swing from a chandelier and affect one of the plays in the game.
So, wait, are we saying that this week it is Sierra fans versus Taylor Swift fans?
Yes. Okay. We're trying to start that war. Yeah.
I like that. Mark it down. You heard it here first. Sierra fans.
Meme. Let's do it. Yeah.
Sierra fans unite.
We know who Mr. T's rooting for. All right. He's made it quite clear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this is after waiting all day, waking up the next day, doing our job. We got to get all of our rowdy friends together, Josh, because this is going to be a good Monday Night Football game with the Detroit Lions headed to Charm City to take on them Baltimore Ravens. Ravens currently favored by 4.5, over under 53.5. Of course, they see a high-scoring game. And after disappointing losses in Week 1, both the Lions and Ravens got back on track in Week 2, collecting big fucking wins. Both Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson have tallied 6 touchdown passes so far. But Baltimore's defense currently sits at 31st in yards allowed, which, I know a lot of that is attributed to that Week 1 loss in Buffalo, but I would still be concerned if I'm a Ravens fan because your offense is such a powerhouse. You don't want your defense to let you down. And now that the Lions have come back to life, and the weapons they have, I mean, my God. Here's what I will say. 53.5 over. Easy. That's the easiest over of the week. Even though I'm looking at my total points now and that disagrees with that, but we'll move right along. I'll adjust that later on. Man. All right. I'm just gonna, just go strictly off of who I think the better team is right here, Week 3, right now, and I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens. Even though 78% of people are also agreeing with me and going with the Ravens. So, but that's my pick, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm a little surprised by that. I thought you would be on the Lions this week.
If you were in Detroit, I probably would have gone Lions. Not gonna lie.
That's fair. There's some shocking stats out there about how dominant Lamar Jackson is at home against NFC teams. I don't have them offhand, but I think this is another week where they just run it up. And you're absolutely right about their defense. It's another team just like Pittsburgh. When the Ravens don't have a good defense, it's like sound the alarms. Like that's the thing they should be excelling at.
Who would have thought the Browns would have the best defense in the division?
Yeah, that's That's with those two teams. That's crazy. But yeah, I like the Ravens. I like them big. I like the over. Big. Yeah, I like them big. I think they cover the spread. I think I like the over too. And you mentioned that for your tiebreaker. I put 53. So me and Vegas are just on the same page. So
I'm on 54. 54. Bam.
Oh, half a point. Okay. It's probably going over though with how bad the Ravens defense has been and how good both of these offenses are.
Yeah.
It's probably an over, but I like Baltimore big. I think they'll win by 8, 9, 10 points, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's scoot right along. Time to get to our survivor pick, and of course, there's no parlay this week. I didn't put any picks. Did you put picks together?
I always forget.
Dude, no, I forgot to. Don't worry about it. We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do it next
week. I haven't yet.
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it next week. Maybe
it's fine.
Or maybe we just flash it at the very end. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I got to pull up my survivor because I don't even remember who I picked. You go first. You go first while I pull it up.
Okay. Well, survive. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm 2-0. I'm still alive, but got knocked out in week 1 last year, and I know how difficult this game is. And I'll tell you what, the more I've talked about it, the least good I feel about, at least confident I am in my pick. Less confident I am in my pick. This one might come back to bite me, especially after what I said earlier when we were making our picks, but I'm sticking to it, dude. And I'm going to go with, and I hate how so many people are picking this, but with 96% of people are picking this team to win, and I'm one of those people. And my survivor pick of week 3 is the Seattle Seahawks at home against the Saints. Even though, again, I think it's dicey, but I like how the Saints have to travel across the country. They have to play in one of the most, if not the most difficult places for an away team to play. And again, the Saints really aren't playing for anything. So, I give me the Seahawks. Even though it might be close, Seahawks get the dub. They're my survivor pick of the week.
That's crazy. I'm still alive as well. I had the Cowboys last week. They eked one out in my very emotional hedge pick that I did.
That was a bold move.
At least
you got the Cowboys out of the way, so you don't have to pick them anymore. Yeah,
that was one factor. The other factor was they just fucking own the Giants. Like, the Giants cannot beat them for some reason, and it drives me crazy. So I just looked it up. I'm on Seattle as well.
Let's do it.
So here we are.
Do it.
I forgot I had done that. So go ahead and lock in the Saints to come away with a victory.
No, this. Oh, I see what you're doing.
We're both on the Seahawks, dude.
Okay, yeah. So if you're out there, put Saints in your survivor pool.
Well, no, this is a life
balls to come in there with the survivor and be like, I'm going with the Saints in Seattle, bitch.
That's a badass move. No, this is more of a life savings play. That can be our new mantra. Life century, life savings, pick of the week. Saints money line is going to make you a fortune.
And just for fun, because there was another one, and again, I'm not switching, sticking with the Seahawks. I'm not moving off of that one.
Okay.
But there was another one that I saw. Oh, remember I made fun of it when we were making our picks. If somebody put a gun to my head and said, "You piece of shit, you will pick another team, or I will blow your brains out," it would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Jets.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
And in fact, I think that's the smarter play. But I already made my pick, and I'm sticking with the Seahawks. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the rest of the matchups. They're none that I
dicey. They're all dicey.
None that I would maybe if you haven't picked the Packers yet, Packers over Browns feels pretty obvious too.
No, dude, Browns might be the best defense. We don't know yet, man. I mean,
I don't think that matters. I don't think it matters if they're the best defense.
It may not matter.
Because to win games as a really quality defense, you also need an offense that gives you some fucking time off the field. So, and you got to get some points. You're not winning 0-0.
Who's the running back for the Browns?
Is it Jerome Ford? Is he the guy? It's not Nick Chubb. Chubb's in
Chubb's
Houston.
Yeah.
Jerome Ford?
Jerome Ford.
He was Chubb's backup last year, so I'm just assuming. I honestly have no idea. I've watched very little Browns football.
That is the most boring offense. They're stinky.
Really bad. Really stinky poo. I think if you're picking Green Bay this week, you're pretty.
No. Yeah, that's not a bad one. All right, well, there you have it. Got our picks in. Got our Survivor pick in. Let's do the damn thing, and this time let's hope I can get this thing published without any interference from YouTube.
And Russia. Don't forget Russia.
And Russia. Russia plays a huge part in this. But we want to make sure we get this out there before the 1 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. So thanks again, Josh. This is awesome. And God, we'll see. With all the different picks that we have, things are definitely going to be different next week, in terms of where we both stand, because but one of us is going to take a huge step back.
We'll see.
All right, brother. Thank you again.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh, Raymond, this dog has no license and is clearly in violation of the leash law. Call the pound.
I already did, sir. The truck is waiting outside.